Hello, everyone, and welcome in. Today is Thursday, February 22nd, and this is your daily card pull to see what all messages are coming through from God, Spirit, the Divine for you. I had to take a couple days off. I had lost my voice. I had really bad allergies and all of that. So today's the first day that I felt like hopefully my voice is strong enough to make it through the reading for today. As always, take only what resonates and leave the rest behind. You'll see in the description box there's the timestamps for the individual sign groupings as we go through it. I'm hoping to be able to do more reads beyond just the regular dailies. You know, some of the twin flame, is this your person, pick a pile. So I'll have to see how my voice does, but I'm looking forward to getting back into doing some of those. So the first one that flipped was the Two of Swords in reverse, but we'll go ahead and pull some cards for the energy for the collective overall, and then we'll jump into the sign groupings. So that first one that came up was the Two of Swords in reverse. Then we have the Six of Swords, we have the Emperor in reverse, and we have the King of Cups. So the Two of Swords in reverse, this was our first one that came out, and this is kind of that point of indecision. So I know before I had to take a little break because of this, it seemed like there was a lot of this sense of indecision amongst the whole collective, that there was some decision that needed to be made, and it was kind of, varying levels of stagnation or whatnot. So the six, so there is that decision that needs to be made. We have the Six of Swords energy, and that is that energy of positive change and like moving on. So she's, with the positive change, she's not getting hurt. She's walking across the backs of all of the knives, and she's getting to the end of it. So there's that positive change. We also have with our King of Cups energy, this is going to be this like sense of balance and wisdom. So bringing that into the equation to be able to help move on from this decision that needs to be made. A little bit of this Emperor in reverse. There's a little bit of this sense of like still wanting to control the situation or dominating the situation, kind of like a rigidity. And so this is kind of opposed to this King of Cups energy, which is more of that like balanced type of energy, that wisdom, that calm. This is a little bit more of, I'm not going to say frantic energy, but just not as insightful and above it all. So it's like this one kind of pairs up with that sense of indecision and confusion versus the, when you're sitting more in the Six of Swords energy, it's more of that King of Cups energy, that wisdom and balance. So let's take a look at the individual sign groupings and see what is coming up. So we will start today with our air signs. That is our Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And let's see what specific messages are coming through for you for today. All right. The Chariot. So we have the Chariot. So this is that fast-moving energy. So change is wanting to come in. This sense of like moving on from confusion. So as it reads, it's kind of like just that, you know what? I'm done. I want to be sitting in this happy, balanced place. I don't want to continue to be devoting my energy to this indecision. So it's not, and it's not necessarily an energy of I'm galloping towards this decision head on, but it's also not I'm burying my head in the sand and pretending it's not there. It's more of I'll call it a detached energy of, nope, you know what? I'm focusing my attention here, and this decision that needs to be made, kind of surrendering to the divine. And so remember, surrendering to the divine isn't throwing up your hands and saying, oh my God, I give up. It's not that. It's saying what's meant to be will be. This is going to play out the way it's supposed to play out, and I'm moving myself forward. So that's the energy that's coming through here for air signs. Let's take a look at this. Hold your vision, fixed moon. And so this goes along beautifully actually with this Chariot energy, this, fast moving energy of, you know what? I need to move forward with my life. I'm not going to let this decision or lack of decision stall out my life path. I'm moving forward on my life path, and if it's meant to be going with me, it will come with me on my life path. If it's not meant to, if it's not vibrationally in alignment with my life path, it'll fall away. All right. Loneliness. I know that I am never alone. So this is, it's like it's this message or story of, you need to move on from a person, whether it's a romantic relationship or a friendship, kind of that sense of, do I need to move on from this person because this loneliness card is coming up? The mantra for you to keep in mind is, you're never really alone. You're all connected. I mean, like, all of these people standing around the world, they're all connected. So holding your vision of where it is that you want to go, and this indecision kind of comes across like, have you been standing still because you're waiting to have this other person coming with you into this vision, and they're dragging their feet for whatever reason. So this fast moving energy, this chariot energy, along with the 6 of Swords and the moving forward, is kind of like, okay, I have to be sitting in my own balanced state, and I can do this. I would like to have this other person with me, but I can do it on my own if that's the situation. So in 20 years, what will you remember? And, all of these cards kind of have the same color hues to it, where, those messages kind of go together. So if you're thinking about loneliness and choosing this path, if that's kind of that decision of, do I choose this path and keep myself moving forward, or do I stay and wait and hope this other person is coming with me? 20 years from now, what are you going to remember? Are you going to remember, okay, I just wasted, this block of time because I was hoping something different would happen? Or was I committed to my own goal, like my life path? And it's interesting. I just looked up and I saw this is Amazonite, and this is about balancing the masculine and feminine energies. So whether that's twin flame scenario, or whether that's you balancing your own internal masculine and feminine, this really, really goes with these. So it is that decision point for you of, how are you going to proceed in terms of moving your life forward? And there is energetically, there is this push of, know what you want and keep pushing forward, and what's supposed to be for you and with you will be with you. So that is the message for our air signs. Let's take a look now at our fire signs and see what wants to come through. Strength. So this is, I feel like whenever the strength card comes out, that's pretty self-explanatory. And, when it comes to this sense of confusion and indecision, it's really a matter of digging deep. So fire signs are Aries, Leo, Sag. Digging deep, and what is it that you want? What is it that you need to do in your own life? Not what does everybody else want me to do. Prosperity lies ahead. So it looks like things are turning, for the better for you. With these, the part that's standing out to me is this border and that with the strength card. Like, what you're being pushed to do in terms of strength is to really sit in this King of Cups energy, sit in that balance, sit in that wisdom. And, it's kind of like looking at it from a higher perspective, as opposed to having the knee-jerk reactions of, somebody around me did this, so now I have to do this. It's like, no, take a pause and see what the lesson is. What is it that you're supposed to be doing? What is the bigger picture? Then you have growth. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. So this really goes with this strength card. you know, not only the gold part here, but then the blue parts here. So, and with the blue here. So from a growth perspective about expanding your consciousness and your awareness, remember, you're here to learn lessons. Like this, think of this as a school. You're here on this planet to learn lessons. You're not here, this isn't a prison sentence to be here. I mean, it's not a playground where you should sit there screwing around all day long doing nothing. But at the same time, you're not here to be slaving away all day. Like, you're here to learn lessons. So from a growth perspective, what is your current situation? If you feel like there's this decision, there's this whatever. Sorry, this is like really annoying. What is it that you're supposed to be learning? And from a strength card standpoint, have the strength to move on. I mean, and this, like, to me, it looks like with this moving forward, moving on, so you have this sword or this knife edge here, or the handle, and then you have the gold and the gold. It's like there is that push to move forward. Just move forward with your life. You're getting to the point where you're realizing there's this lesson to be learned. So stop pretending like you haven't learned it. It might be scary, but sometimes it's scary to graduate and move to the next level in life, but you got to do it. Don't keep flunking the class because you're afraid to graduate. A new door is opening shortly. And that actually really goes with this growth as well. As you grow and as you level up in your vibration, people and experiences that are not at your level will tend to fall away. So it's not even necessarily you having a conversation or having to, lay it out with these people or these situations around you that, well, I'm moving on. I'm doing something different. It's a matter of acknowledging when things aren't feeling right and changing the way that you're interacting with them. And eventually, like, you'll recognize that it doesn't feel good to interact with some of those people once you've leveled up, because it's like, do I really want to do this? So for some people, kind of the equivalent of, if you go back to your high school reunion and, you've kind of done better for yourself, and these people are still acting like they're in high school, like going and blowing their whole paycheck on, like beer and other crap and just sitting around, doing nothing with their lives. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm not saying that if you drink with your friends that's the case, but you know what I mean? Like, they're acting like they're still in high school, and it's like 20 years later, and you're going, not really at that place anymore. All right, so now we are on to our earth signs. That is going to be our Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Strength for you as well. So this situation that you're dealing with, and maybe it is that you're dealing with a fire sign, but it's requiring your strength to move on from it as well. So the same comment that I was ending with fire signs of, as you raise your vibration, some things will naturally fall away, and certain experiences and situations naturally fall away. It's like, the example I used was, it's like going back for your high school reunion, and you've grown as a person, and you interact with some of those people that, maybe they used to be your friends, and you're going, oh my gosh, you haven't changed at all. And not that complimentary way of, oh my gosh, you haven't changed a bit, but that, oh, you haven't changed at all. You're still behaving like you're 16 years old, and, here you are in your late 30s or whatever. So, as you raise your vibration, you will attract in people and experiences that are at that vibrational level, and the other ones will fall away. So show the world the real you. And this is a matter of if this decision that you're trying to avoid making, if that is a decision that's based on people pleasing and doing what you think you're supposed to be doing, or what other people tell you should be doing, now is the push to, stand in your own truth. So it's full moon in Aquarius. So we just had the new moon in Aquarius, and I was doing it, I think the full moon in Aquarius is like August 19th or something like that. So, so it's kind of like this will be a period of transformation over the next, what is that going to be, 6 months. Really stepping into your own truth, your own power, your own dreams and goals. Perseverance. I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. Yep. So be you, be unapologetically you, because remember, at the end of the day, if you're here to learn lessons, you can't learn lessons if you're too busy thinking about what everybody else is thinking, or, you know, well, what will this person say? And it's interesting because, you know, people always worry about, oh my gosh, what's everybody else going to think? To be honest, most people don't care that much. You know, I mean, yes, some of your close friends might be like, oh my gosh, you know, but people tend to overestimate how much people are going to talk about them. I mean, think about your own life. Do you sit there, you know, months and months later talking about, oh my gosh, I can't believe this person did this? You know, I don't know, maybe you do, but people tend to overestimate how much their actions and behaviors elicit, you know, chatter from other people. Most people are so busy with their own lives, they don't have that much spare time to be talking about, you know, what did so-and-so do? So you need to live in your own skin and do what's right for you. Okay, this card came up. No one cares, quit your whining. So that's, sorry, it's funny based on the fact that I just said, you know, people tend to overestimate how much other people are going to talk about them. No one cares. This card, when I wrote this card, because this is that deck that I did the spray painting and did all the writing on it. This was also along the lines of, don't spend all of your time dwelling on the bad and complaining about the bad. Like, and when I say no one cares, quit your whining, like everybody has bad things that happen to them. But just like it's exhausting if you are in a group of people and there's one person that all day, every day, all they're talking about is, you know, XYZ, fill in the blank. And they're complaining about it, whether it's their job, whether it's their kids, whether it's their partner, whether it's their family. At some point, you're like, okay, I care about this person, but come on, you know, let's refocus our attention. So make sure that you're not dwelling on whatever the bad thing is. Like, either fix it or get over it. Like, you know, so from that perspective, that strength card is, it's like, if you can't fix it or you don't have the energy to fix it, maybe you just need to get away from it, whatever the situation is. All right, so water signs. Let's take a look at what we have for you. And that's going to be our Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. The Emperor. So here we have the Emperor card, and pairing that up here, we have the energy of the Emperor in reverse. So this is really that push to get out of that, like, indecision. Oh, there's no good decision. Like, get out of that, almost like that victim mentality of, oh, there's no good choice. Whatever I do, somebody's going to be hurt. Stand in your power, stand in your shoes and say, okay, I'm going to do whatever feels best for me in my soul, and I'll have to, you know, I'll deal with the consequences, or I will address the ramifications later, but I've got to do what I've got to do. Because, you know, if you make a decision that feels right and feels good to you, you'll have more energy to help address any backlash or whatever might come from making those decisions. If you're so busy fixated on, but what is this person going to think? If I do this, then this person gets hurt or thinks this. If I do this, then this person thinks this. If you're so fixated on what is everybody else doing and thinking, you're really not standing in your own power. You're not being true to yourself. So this is that push. Be true to yourself. Be in that assertive, masculine energy of, okay, I made the decision, I'm going forward. All right, a new start is coming. So that's, and kind of the background colors there, you know, here, and then the background for Riker. It's kind of that sense of, you are standing in that energy, and by you making different choices, by you standing there differently in that situation, a new start's going to be coming for you. All right. Doubt. I release the need to know all of the answers. And this kind of goes with this card, I feel like, color-wise. So there may be some doubts, well, what if I do this? Well, what if I do this? And this card here, this releasing the need to know all the answers, is pushing to that Emperor energy of, you know what? I'm making the decision. I'm going to do it based on the information I have right now. I'm going to do it based on my intuition, what my guides tell me I should be doing and focusing on. And I don't need to know all the answers. I don't need to know exactly how everything's going to work out, because I'm relying on my intuition and what I feel is the right course to go with. You're stronger than you realize. So the Strength card came out for fire signs and for earth signs. And this is that reminder of, it may seem like it's overwhelming, but just, really try to quiet your mind and listen to what you're being told, like intuition-wise, what you're being told, and push forward than that. You can make it through whatever the situation is. You're stronger than you realize. So I hope this message has been helpful for you. And as always, take only what resonates and leave the rest. So, like I said, hopefully I'll have some more videos posting. We'll see kind of how my throat does, and how my voice does. But I wish you peace and joy along your journey. Until next time.